Hi, my name is Mark Tracy, and this is my testimony on the SHP, or the Self-Healers Protocol, by Darko Velcek. And basically, I discovered the SHP 2.5 years ago when I was desperate for a cure for a hernia. I had an inguinal hernia down in my groin area, and it had been growing for about 2.5 years. I was getting pretty desperate for a cure or somehow to take care of this, and I didn't want to go see the doctors, but everyone was telling me I needed to go have the surgery. That's what I was hearing from people. Everyone was telling me that. I talked to a bunch of old guys my age who had hernias, and none of them knew of natural cure. I had some alternative health professional friends of mine who were telling me they didn't know of a cure. And I was starting to get desperate where I thought it was going to get strangulated any day. It was popping out all day, every day. My intestines were popping out through my abdomen wall, and it was getting worse. I was starting to get really worried, like, so I better take care of this or it's not going to be good. And then I'll really be sucked into the medical system. But I didn't know the cure. Everyone was telling me I needed the surgery to heal the hernia. So I saw Darko's video that day, thank God, August of 23. It was 2.5 years ago. And it was, I saw the video, thank God I saw it. And I had no idea that I was dehydrated. Darko was saying the hernia is a symptom of dehydration. Never heard that before until I saw Darko's video, and that I should drink sea salt water to hydrate. No one ever told me that before. I always heard we had to drink water to hydrate. And no one ever said to put salt in my water. I was like, that sounded crazy. Like, I thought salt water is bad for you. It's gonna kill you if you drink it, if you get lost at sea, right? That's what they tell us. Um, so anyways, I started drinking salt water like Darko suggests. I started the SHP because I was looking for a hernia fix. And sure enough, that first week I was feeling relief, and it didn't heal up in a week, but I was feeling better after a week of drinking the salt water and just eating rare carnivore. The raw carnivore I have a hard time with eating meat raw, but rare I can do. So I leave it raw in the middle. That's kind of what I do. I'm like a rare carnivore kind of guy. And so anyways, it took 5 months to heal. 5 months on the SHP. The hernia closed up, just like Darko said. Um, first month, I wasn't as strict because I thought I didn't, I was just starting out and I wasn't sure. It all sounded kind of crazy. And I was like, I, I was still consuming a few plant toxins like coffee and THC, and I was trying to do the SHP by still drinking a little coffee and THC, but it turns out I wasn't healing much that first month. It wasn't, I was still having the hernia symptoms where my intestines were popping through. So Darko said, you got to give up the coffee and the THC. I hear him saying in his videos and on his website. So I gave it all up. I got strict on the SHP after that first month. Just drinking the salt water helped though. I'm telling you, like, it wasn't popping out as much, as bad. And I thought I could do it while still drinking a little coffee and doing some THC, but turns out no, it wasn't healing till I cut that stuff out too. And then my cells started hydrating. So, anyways, I had no idea. No one ever told me that a hernia is a symptom of dehydration. And drink salt water, eat raw, rare carnivore, and you can hydrate again, is basically the idea. And sounded crazy, but I tried it and it worked. So thank God. And it wasn't just the hernia. I also had a lot of neck pain and shoulder pain and wrist pains, elbow pains. Like, it was one big injury, kind of all starting to get hunched over. And like, I had no idea that was dehydration too. And as I get hydrated, my posture improves. My neck injuries, like, way better, way better. A lot of days it feels like it's healed. Same with the shoulders and elbows and wrists. And I used to have this huge lump on my wrist. You can kind of see it right there now. But this thing was huge before, when I had the hernia real bad, and it's almost gone. So, I think I still have some hydrating to do. I don't think I'm fully hydrated yet, but I'm getting there. I made some massive progress in my health and just improved my lifestyle the past 2.5 years through the SHP. After, the 5 months, once I got it healed, I was pretty strict on the SHP for a good 7, 8 months. And then, I started getting a little cocky, thinking I could go back to, drinking a little coffee, maybe a drink here now, some alcohol, uh, still little THC now and then, so I started doing that a little bit here and there, not like I used to, but sometimes. And then I got to be careful because then, I could start to feel my neck injuries coming back, and maybe the lump on my wrist is, not shrinking as much as I'd like. And I can maybe start feeling a little pressure down in my abdomen area where the hernia was. And so it's like, I think I still have some hydrating to do, but I know the SHP is the way to make it happen. And, my goal is to do SHP every day of the week, all the time. I think if I was doing it 7 days a week, 365 days a year, that's ideal. But, sometimes I still like to go out and have a drink now and then, or maybe have a cup of coffee or chocolate, so I'm not perfect. I know I should do SHP more often, but I'll tell you what, I do it more days than not, and my body tells me when I need SHP again. So, if my neck starts hurting, I can feel it. I get on the SHP again. There's more detox days. The SHP is not easy. It's not for the weak of heart, because those detox days are they suck. You're going to be low energy. You're going to have some headaches. It's no fun, those detox days. But you get through them. And you just got to keep drinking the salt water. Keep drinking the salt water. Get diarrhea every day. That I don't do it every day anymore, but I do it more days than not typically. And I know what it takes to get diarrhea with how much salt water in the morning. Pretty much every morning I'm drinking salt water. And then some days I'll drink it all day. Other days I might cheat a little bit in the afternoon with vodka cranberry. That's my drink of choice. And that's probably my weakness. But I definitely keep it to a minimum because I know it dehydrates me. And if I want to stay hydrated, I want to stay healed, I need to stay on the SHP. That's my testimonial. And that's what it gave me my life back when I was desperate, about to get sucked into the medical system. And thank God for Darko Velcek, who taught me how to heal my body, how to hydrate, and give it the correct nutrition. Thank you, Darko Velcek. You're my brother. I hope you all have a great day. Cheers.